All right. Hey guys, welcome to our team calls. We have some announcements today before we get started. I'm sure you've seen posts in the team page about the exciting things that are coming up, and it's important that you are on top of those things. So in December, we're going to be having the Energize stick, tube things for your water bottle, basically. I don't know if you've ever done Crystal Light or any of those things. I don't know, I used to drink these things all the time, like Lipton iced tea, how it comes in the skinny stick. We're going to have Energize in skinny sticks now for water bottles. They're going to be, I think, 36 in a box, and it's also going to be able to be on HD, which is great. So that's coming. We have some new programs coming that we haven't heard about yet. Obviously, Transform 20 is going to be launching in a couple of months, and then Fruit Punch Energize is going to be launching in February of 2019, which will be awesome. Now we'll have pink powder and not just yellow powder all over my counter. And what are the other things? I think that's it, unless I'm missing anything. As of right now, that's what's going on. But I just really want to stress the importance of team calls before we get started, because these team calls are where we plug in and we learn and we help each other grow. And if you're not here or you're not watching the recordings, then you're missing out on basically a huge part of what it means to be a coach. So if you want to be a successful coach, you have to be making the time to be on these calls. We put these calls together, we put a lot of work in, we really want to help you guys grow. And obviously I'm not talking to you guys because you guys are here on the call, but we want to make sure that you know this for your teams, that you make sure they're on these calls too. And if they're really going to take this serious, make sure you stress the importance of being on these calls. And obviously, if you cannot be here, then you can watch the recording, and that's just as great too, if that's how you have to do it. But just really make sure that you're plugging into these calls and you're putting the time into your business that is required for you to grow. Because if you're not on these calls or you're not watching the recordings, you're missing so much that's going to help you. And you can't sit there and say that you're confused or you're lost or you don't know what to do if you're not getting on these calls and you're not watching the recording. So make sure this is a message more so for the people who aren't on the call. So if you have some of your coaches who you don't see here, make sure they understand to be on these calls if they want to grow. They can't expect you to give them extra time and attention if they can't even be on a team call and be here with us. So now I'm going to go in a more positive direction, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows how important these calls are. And that we let our teams know to be here. So today I want to talk about volume and rank, and these two things are super important for your business if you want to do anything. You can't be successful in this business if you don't understand how to rank advance and how to grow your volume. And both of these things are important. There's not one that takes precedent over the other. They work hand in hand. And I know that sometimes we may think that one is more important than the other, but tonight I'm going to show you why both are equally as important and why you need to be focusing on both to have the most success with this business. So I made slides because it's easier for me to stay on track when I have something like this, or else I'll just talk about nothing. But the main thing that I want you to understand by the end of this call is that rank is your permission to earn. So being a certain rank does not necessarily mean that you make X amount of money. Being a certain rank, however, does give you permission to earn a certain amount of money. Does that make sense? Yes? So basically, if you're a diamond coach, that doesn't mean you're guaranteed to earn X amount of money. You have permission to earn a certain amount because you are capped out at each rank of how much you can earn, but it doesn't mean you're going to earn that, because if you don't have the volume, you won't earn that. So that's why there may be some emerald coaches who are earning more money than some diamond coaches, because they not only have permission to earn, but they also have the volume required for them to max out at that rank. And the volume that you have determines the amount that you earn. So you do need both rank and volume. Rank is your permission to earn. It's kind of like a permission slip, all right? You're a diamond coach. Now you have permission to make X amount of money. Or you're an emerald. Now you have permission to make $250 a week in Team Cycle. But just because you have that permission slip doesn't mean you're going to earn that money. So show of hands, Who here already earns 1,000 or more a week with Beachbody? Raise your hand. Who does? Okay, just me. But who wants to? Who wants to earn 1,000 or more a week with Beachbody? Everybody's hand should be up. I shouldn't have to go through everyone's picture, but everyone's hand should be up. So if you are somebody who wants to have success in this business and you want to have financial growth, not just so you can have money and say you make money, but you obviously have things that you want to do with that money. You know, maybe you have bills to pay, or maybe you have things in your life that you cannot do right now because you don't have the money to do so, but if you did have that money, you could do those things. Or maybe you have student loans to pay, or maybe you want to put a down payment on a house, get a car, put your kids in private school, whatever it is that you want to do. It always, unfortunately, comes down to, do I have the money to do this? And I want you to understand that this business is a vehicle for you to create that amount of money that you need for whatever you need it for. And the only way that that's going to happen is if you understand how to get to the level that you need to be to earn the amount of money that you want to earn, and also how to max out that level with your volume so that you do get the amount that you are permitted to earn. So I want to show you something, and I have shown this before on a call, but if you're pretty brand new, you may not have seen this. But this is what you have permission to earn at each rank. And this is just your team cycle bonus. This does not include commissions. This does not include fast start or any other subscription commissions, any of that. This is just your team cycle bonus. So as an Emerald coach, you are permitted to earn $250 in just your team cycle bonus. So that means, let's say you sell a few challenge packs that week, you sign a few coaches that week, and you earn $250 in your team cycle bonus, your check is going to be more than $250 because that's just your team cycle. Now, if you are an Emerald and you have more volume than, like, let's say you have enough volume to cycle at $300, you're not getting $300. You're only going to get $250 because that's where your cap is. So, for example, my husband is an Emerald coach and he maxes out at $250 every month. So that's a signal to me that, all right, we're losing money because he's maxing out now. We need to get his business center to Diamond now so that he can max out at $2,000 a week instead of $250. So that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get $2,000 a week just because he's a Diamond. He does need to have the volume to equal that, but that means he has the permission to earn at least $2,000 a week as a Diamond, just in team cycle bonus. Ruby is $1,000. And where I'm personally at, 6-star is $8,000 in team cycle. And no, I do not max out my team cycle bonus. I've never had a team cycle bonus of $8,000, but I do have permission to. So if I increase my volume and continue to grow, I am allowed to earn at least $8,000 a week in just team cycle bonus alone, not including recurring orders or anything else. And that's just in one business center. So as you grow and you have more business centers, you get to take advantage of this more than one time. I hope I'm not losing anyone yet. Does everyone kind of get it? Yeah, I'm good so far. All right, just checking. I want to just do some checks in between because if I am losing you, I want to make sure that this makes sense. So if you look at the far right-hand column, yeah, I had to make sure it was the right side. You'll see the potential annual team cycle bonus per business center. So if you look at the Emerald right here, you can make $250 a week as your max. You can only make $13,000 like total in team cycle bonus in a year. So let's say you're an Emerald coach and you've been an Emerald coach all year and you've made your $13,000 in your team cycle bonus accumulative. And let's say we're 10 months into the year. There's 2 months left. You're not going to earn another dollar in team cycle bonus unless you rank advance. So you're literally limiting your potential to earn by not rank advancing your business. If you're sitting at Diamond and you've already maxed out your $104,000 in team cycle bonus for the year, you're not going to earn another dollar in team cycle bonus until you'd rank advance. So that's why, if you are looking to increase your earning potential, it's not always just about building your weak leg. It's also about understanding that by increasing your rank, you're increasing your potential to earn more money, because you're giving yourself more permission to earn as you go up in the ranks. And then obviously down here, 10-star and above, you can make $12,000 a week in just team cycle bonus. If you have the volume, of course, you need to have that. So that's why it's important to rank advance, because if you don't, you're limiting the amount that you are capable of earning. Now, I want to break this down so you can see this, because I'm a visual person and I know that seeing is believing. So this is a real actually my paycheck. So this was from February 4th of 2015. I was an Emerald coach. I had no volume, like no team cycle bonus, $0 in my team cycle bonus. I'm trying to think how many coaches I had at the time. I can't even think. Probably not many. I know that my mom wasn't even signed up yet at this point, so I definitely didn't have that many coaches. But I had no volume. So in my team cycle bonus, I had 0. So just because I was an Emerald coach doesn't mean I was making that $250 in team cycle bonus, because I didn't have the volume to earn that. Now, basically 100%, like more so, almost 100% of my paycheck at this point was hustle money, direct sales and recurring orders. All of that, 88.4% of my paycheck as an Emerald coach, $304.98 was hustling my ass to earn that in my commission check. So I don't know how many challenge packs I sold that week. I don't know how many Shakeology recurring orders I had that week, but $304.98 was my commissions, and my total check for that week was $344.98. So literally, basically all of it was commissions, except for 11.59%, which came from Fast Start bonus, which is just because I happened to, sign a coach that week, and that shows up under Fast Start bonus instead of commissions. But technically, it was still hustle money. I was signing people up, and I was, selling challenge packs, and I was working my butt off to make that money, because I had nothing, no help from Team Cycle at this point, because I didn't have a team and I didn't have any volume, and I wasn't able to earn what I should have been able to earn because I wasn't growing. I was just selling challenge packs. So I want to explain where each of these come from, because I know we do have some people who are brand new on this call. So retail commission, that is anytime you sell a challenge pack, you sell Shakeology, anything that you sell, anything that's recurring. So let's say you have somebody order last month and then they order again this month, that'll show up in the retail section. The subscription commission is all of your Beachbody On Demand subscribers. So if they do an annual, at the end of the year, you'll see that in there. If they do a quarterly, you'll see that in there showing up in the subscriptions. Team bonus is team cycle bonus. And as you know, or maybe you don't know, maybe you're brand new, that comes from the volume of your team. So that's why it's important to grow a team so you can get some money in this one. Matching bonus is 0 here because I was only an Emerald coach, and you only get a matching bonus if you're a Diamond coach. So that's another example of how being a certain rank increases your earning potential, because it gives you another way to earn an income that as an Emerald coach, you don't have that opportunity. And matching bonus just means when you have coaches who earn a team cycle bonus, you make 10% of their team cycle bonus. So let's say, you have a coach that team cycles $100, you make 10 of that. And I know 10% doesn't sound like a lot, but as you grow a team and you have a lot of coaches who are earning team cycle bonuses, it does add up and every dollar counts. Fast Start bonus is when you sign up a coach, it shows up there instead of your commissions. And Fast Start Plus bonus is an opportunity for you to earn an extra $100 when you sign up 5 coaches in a month. So if you are working your butt off to get to Diamond and you are signing up coaches and you are hitting Success Club, you could also earn yourself an extra $100 if you sign up 5 coaches within the same 5-week period. So once you sign up that 5th coach, you're going to see that $100 in here. And I didn't do that this week, or the week of February 4th, 2015, so I don't have anything in there. Does that make sense? Yeah? All right, good. Not losing anyone yet. Okay, so I wanted to show you the difference between this check of $344 and this check of $746. Now, at this point, I was a diamond coach. I had a team because I was growing and I had team cycle bonus. Most of my check here came from bonuses. So exactly 92.71% of this entire check is bonuses. It's the team bonus, it's the matching bonus, it's the fast start bonus, and the fast start plus. All of that is bonuses. 2.61% of this, plus maybe the subscription commission, so 4.6, so maybe like 8% of my check is from commissions. And it was only $19.50, which means I did not sell a challenge pack that week at all, because I would have at least 30 in there if I did. I don't know what that $19 is from, but I definitely did not sell anything personally this week. But this is why it's important to grow a team. And this is why it's important to understand that as you rank advance, you are increasing your earning potential. Because if I was an Emerald coach here and I had all of this volume here, I wouldn't have made $414 in my team cycle bonus. I would have only been allowed to make $250, and the rest of it I wouldn't have made. So since I was diamond, I was able to earn all of it. Now, the matching bonus kicked in here because I was diamond, because only diamonds have permission to earn that. So that's another giving yourself more permission to earn. So that was the $28 here. Fast start bonus, I signed up, looks like 3 coaches in this week because it was $150. And then I made that fast start plus because I had signed 5 coaches in that 5-week period. So a lot of these things, the ones with the arrows here, just these 2, team bonus and matching bonus, I wouldn't have had any of that if I wasn't a diamond coach. But since I was permitted to earn more. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. Now, obviously, this is going to increase, and it has. I mean, I've been a coach for 4 years. My income has increased. And as you have additional business centers, you're going to see this not once, but twice, or 3 times, or 4 times, or however many business centers that you have. You're going to get paid in each of those business centers. It's a separate check. So once you hit 2-star, you can open an additional business center, or if you have a spouse account, that could be an additional business center. But obviously, it's going to continue to increase because I have continued to grow my team and add to my team and help my coaches grow their teams. If I just stopped doing all of that, it wouldn't. So that is something that you want to keep in mind as you grow and you rank advance. You want to continue to grow your volume and grow your team and rank advance yourself, because if you don't, you are limiting the potential of what you can earn here. So I think this was probably last year too, because I haven't been a diamond coach for a while. So where do you want to focus? Phase 1, right? If you are a brand new coach, you haven't gotten to Emerald yet, or if you maybe just have gotten to Emerald yet, this is where you want to focus. Obviously, commissions. You want to start making money, you have to sign some people up and get them started on their journey. You have to be talking about challenge groups. You have to be talking about coaching. You have to be sharing your story. We know you have to be doing these things. You just have to do it. And you have to hit Success Club every month. Like if you're not hitting Success Club and you want to see those kind of paychecks and then some, you're not going to see this. You're not even going to see this if you don't hit Success Club. So that is number 1. And I've never missed a month of Success Club, and I've been a coach for like 50 months. I've hit Success Club 50 months in a row. So I know that you can do it. I know that it's possible. And I know that doing that has created the momentum that I have in my business, the success that I have in my business. That's why it's called Success Club, because if you're not doing that, you're not moving your business forward. Your coaches aren't going to hit Success Club, so they're not going to move their businesses forward. And it's kind of like a chain reaction when it comes down to it. So non-negotiable, but we say that all the time, so you guys should know that already. But that's where you want to focus, hitting Success Club. If you're doing that, you should get to Emerald. If you help 2 people, sign them up as coaches, get to Emerald. If you have not hit Emerald yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. I don't know if you're waiting for like an invitation to go hit Emerald. Well, I'm inviting you to go hit Emerald. You're invited to the Emerald party. Go do it. Like, you're limiting your potential to earn because you're not Emerald. Every week that you are not Emerald is money that you're throwing away, because as an Emerald coach, you collect volume. As a coach, you do not. So you see it every week, and at the end of the week, it goes bye-bye and disappears into an abyss, and you never see it again until you hit Emerald, and then you start to collect it. So if you want the income, you have to create the volume, and you can't collect volume until you hit Emerald. So the first thing you need to do in order to see any of that stuff is hit Emerald. Get your butt to Emerald, get there fast. We're doing a call tomorrow all about this, so I'm not gonna go into too much more detail about hitting Emerald, but make sure you're on the call tomorrow if you haven't yet, and make sure if you have coaches who haven't yet that they know to be on the call tomorrow. So once you get there, you wanna max out your Emerald. You wanna be making $250 a week. You want to be earning the potential earning that you're permitted to in your team cycle. So that means you don't just add your 2 coaches and stop. You keep adding coaches. You pay attention to your volume on your left leg and your right leg and see where you need a coach. Based on your volume, your coach can help you figure that out, but you want to continue to add, because that's how you continue to collect volume. Now, once you get to Emerald and you're adding more coaches and you're doing that, you're going to naturally advance to Diamond if you're focusing on growing a team and growing your volume. Because you're adding coaches, you're going to get to Diamond. If you're doing all of the things that you need to be doing to grow your income and grow your business, Diamond should be the next thing that happens for you without you even having to stress about it or worry about it. It should be happening if you have a mindset of, I'm growing my team, I'm growing my volume, I'm adding coaches all the time, and I'm helping them understand the importance of getting me up to Emerald so that they can start collecting team cycle and they can start seeing their income increase as well, because you don't want to be the only one earning money. You want your coaches to be earning money too, or they're not going to stick around. So as you start to add, you're going to hit Diamond, okay? And you're going to teach your coaches the importance of getting to Emerald. And then phase 3, once you do hit Diamond, your eyes should be focusing immediately on 2-star, because that is where everything changes. Because you increase your earning potential, your cycle. Now your max out cycle as 2-star is $4,000 instead of 2. So you double your earning potential in team cycle. And to get to 2-star, obviously you need to produce 2 diamonds. So those coaches that you've been talking about helping them get to Emerald, talk to them about the importance of continuing to grow, and they will naturally get to Diamond because they have big goals and they have dreams and they have things they need to pay for, and they have, things that they want to do with their life. And growing your income is going to help them do that too. And once you get to 2-star, you become a lifer. You unlock your earning potential. You get to open a second business center, which means you get to sponsor yourself as a coach under yourself. So, you can be the best coach ever on your team. It's you. You can get yourself to Diamond, and look, you go from 2-star to 3-star overnight because it's you. You have power over that business center as well. That's an additional paycheck that you're getting, and that's really when you start to see your income increase when you get to 2-star. So I know some of you are brand new and that may seem so far away, but it's really not. If you just focus on continuing to add and continuing to grow and continuing to build your volume, and as you notice, all of these things in red get to Emerald in phase 1, phase 2, advance to Diamond, phase 3, 2-star. Those are all rank related, but doing those things also impacts your potential to earn, which is affected by your volume. So if you're giving yourself permission to earn by hitting these ranks, and then you are earning that by growing your volume. So do you kind of see how that code goes hand in hand? Volume and rank, does it make more sense now than it did? Yeah? Some heads, yeah? Okay. So I wanted to talk about weak leg and strong leg a little bit too, because I know that there are some new coaches on here. So basically, in your business, you have 2 legs. One is weak, one is strong, one is left, one is right. So it's kind of like a man with 2 legs. Your business is like a person with 2 legs. One's on the left side, one's on the right side, just like us. And the leg that you are placed on of your coach is typically your strong leg. So it depends on what side your coach places you. So if they put you on their left, your left is most likely your strong. And if they put you on their right, your right leg is most likely your strong. However, you do want to double check, because sometimes, in my case, if you're like me, both of my legs are pretty even based on the placement that I was given. So you do want to double check. And the way that you can figure that out is ask your coach, what leg did you put me on? And also, like, go in your online office, go to your home page, like in your coach office, and where it says volume, it'll tell you right and left. And whichever one has something there is probably your strong leg if you're brand new. If you're not brand new, it's the one that has the most volume that is your strong leg. So in order to increase your volume and max out your team cycle, you want to build your weak leg. So once you identify which leg that is, you want to place coaches on that side of your business so that you can increase the volume on that side. Now, a perfect ratio in a perfect world is 2 to 1. So, for example, if you have 200 volume on your left and 100 on your right, that's a perfect ratio. That's what you want to aim for. A 1-to-1 isn't terrible either, because you're not like really, really, really strong and then like nothing. You're still going to be earning money and making team cycle bonus 1-to-1, but 2-to-1 is what you want to aim for. So every time you have 200 points on one side and 100 points on the other, that equals 1 cycle. And again, the amount that you earn per cycle is dependent on your rank. So once again, rank is important in your earning potential. As an emerald, you're making 14 per cycle. As a ruby, it's 16, and as a diamond and above, it's 18. So if you're cycling 100, or not 100 times, if you're cycling 10 times as an emerald, you're going to make $140, right? Yeah. And if you're cycling 10 times as a ruby, it's 160. If you're cycling 10 times as a diamond, it's 180. That's a big difference. 180 and $140, that's a $40 difference for the same amount of cycles. So by not advancing, once again, you're limiting the amount of money that you can earn. And if that's happening every week, like $40 a week, that's $160 a month that you're missing out on because you haven't rank advanced. So once your rank is secured, and I don't want to even say secured because it's really never secured ever. Like, you always have to be making sure that you have cushions and you have extra of then more. You always want to have more than what you need. So if you want to be an emerald coach, you really want to have at least 2 coaches on each side, not just the bare minimum. Oh my God, is that a cat? Sorry, it's like, it looks so tiny. It looked like a little mouse walking across the screen. Or if you are a diamond coach, you want to have more than 1 emerald on each leg, just in case one of them decides to drop from rank. You know, stuff happens. You don't want to drop your rank. So you always want to have cushions and be secured. But once you are at a point where you're like, all right, you know, I've got 2 or 3 emeralds on this leg and 2 or 3 on this side, I feel pretty secure in my business, you know, I'm going to stack my weak leg. So you can literally place every single coach that you sign up on your weak leg, and that's going to increase the volume on that side. So my business personally, I have 6 coaches on my left leg and probably like 60 on my right leg, because my right leg was my weak leg. And once I felt stable with what I had on my left, I put everybody else on the right side. And obviously I still have to go in and check and make sure that whatever side is weak and strong. Like, sometimes I have to put people on the other side to balance it out, and you may not have to play that game, but I do, because that's how my volume is. Some of you may have a super strong leg and a really weak leg, and all you have to really focus on is your weak leg. But for rank, you do need to have coaches on your other leg as well. So it all kind of goes hand in hand, but you want to make sure that once you get there, you want to make sure that your coaches understand the importance of growing their teams and growing their business, and that's going to help, you know, you continue to grow your volume when they understand how to grow theirs. And then I did want to touch on the importance of sponsoring a spouse or family member. We'll talk a little bit more about this tomorrow when we go into Emerald, but having a spouse or family member as your first coach is super beneficial because all of the volume that you're going to be collecting, they're also going to be able to collect. So there is something called the U+2 rule, and that means that your credit card, like with your name on it, can only be used on your account and 2 other accounts. And those 2 other accounts have to be either a spouse, a parent, or a child who is 18 years and up. Can't sign up your dog, your cat, or your babies. So you need to, if you're going to do this, you do have to notify compliance that you will be using your card for whoever's account, but you are allowed to use your card for 2 other people. So let's say you want to pay for your mom's Shakeology or whatever, you can do that, but you can only do that for 2 other people that fall in this category, and make sure that you understand that you can't just pay for like all your friends' Shakeologies with your card. It has to be parent, spouse, child, and it can only be 2 additional people included and yourself, so 3 total. But doing so gives you the power to increase your volume, because if you have a spouse, on your weak leg, you can increase the volume by growing their business, and that'll increase your weak leg volume. You can also, if you buy any other consumables for yourself, Beach Bars, Energize, Recover, anything that you want for yourself, or for like giveaways and stuff, it can be purchased in their account. So you're not only just getting that for yourself, you're going to get the volume from your own order as well. Whereas if you ordered it in your account, you wouldn't get anything. Your coach would get the volume. You wouldn't get anything. So if you order it in their account, since they are under you, you'll get that volume for that. It helps keep them active as well. If you're worried about like having a Shakeology order 2 times if they don't drink Shakeology, get Beach Bars in there, get Energize and something else to equal 50 PV in there. But understand that doing that's actually helping you too, because you are collecting volume when you do that. Getting your spouse to Emerald, you advance to Diamond if you have another Emerald on the other side. When you get your spouse to Diamond, you advance to 1-star. Get yourself into Success Club, and then all the rest of your customer orders, put them under your spouse. So get to the Success Club that you want for yourself, whether that's 6 or 10, and then all the other ones you can put under your spouse to increase the volume, because that way you're getting commission, because I'm sure your spouse would give you it, and you're getting the volume. So you're double dipping. Instead of just getting the commission, you're getting both. Once you hit Success Club first, because if you are a working coach, you have to hit Success Club for your own business and then do that. And then also you, until you have a second business center. So if, like for me, for example, I put all of my orders through my second business center because it just makes more sense that way volume wise. But and when you put coaches in anything in your second business center, it counts for Success Club in your first, because it's still you. But when you have a spouse, it's great to be able to funnel orders to them. Once you've already hit your goal for the month, you're able to add more volume to whatever leg that they're on. And then you get 2 paychecks a week. And you can even get to the point where, like James, he makes $250 a week, and like, what does he do? Nothing. Just he has enough volume every week to make $250 a week because of the rank that he is, and because of like the volume that is being accumulated in his account every week, because of like coaches that I'm signing up, coaches on that leg are signing up, and all of that. So it's super, super beneficial to have a spouse on board, or a parent, or anyone that it also is important though to understand that they have to be aware that they are a coach. So like, you can't just sign up grandma and say nothing at all to her. And then like, when you're signing up, people are like, oh yeah, it says grandma, but it's really me. Like, you can't do that, because grandma has no clue that you're using her as part of your coach team. It has to be somebody who is on board with what you're doing. They have to be, they have to give consent and permission for you to even like do that. They have to be a part of your organization. So like, if somebody were to ask them, you like, hey, are you a coach? They would know. Like, they would be able to say, yes, I am. Not, oh, I don't know, my wife just, does that and signed me up, So you want to make sure that whoever it is, if it is a spouse, they understand that yes, you are a coach. You know, they're a part of it. They've given permission, consent. You didn't just go and sign up all your family members and not tell them. And because that's not okay. Like, they have to know that this is happening. But that's really about it. So if anyone has any questions, I can check. I can see if there's Valeria has a question. If you sign up 10 coaches in 5 weeks, do you earn 2? Yeah, for every 5, you get $100. So if you sign up 10, you get 200. If it happens to fall within the same week, then yeah. But does anyone have any other questions?
This isn't a question, but something that I want to point on as far as like signing up a spouse or a significant other. I signed up Norm in my business like very early on. And for a while, he was the only reason why I was Diamond, because I was able to keep him at Emerald very easily. And on top of that, now he is pretty much going to be cycling more than me soon, because of the way he has like a strong leg from being on a strong leg of mine and what my business is doing. And I'm able to kind of manipulate where I put people in my business so he can get volume on both of his legs. But he is doing nothing. I rarely even sign up orders under him. I will when I get, after I hit Success Club 10. But he, like, within the next couple of months will probably cycle more than me, because I'm clearing out most of my volume each week, but he's got a lot of carryover. So it's to the point where, you know, he is bringing in like he's bringing in over like $200 a month, which is pretty big for doing nothing. So it seems small to start, but it really is like a really good idea if your husband, fiance, boyfriend, whatever is on board with it, because I can see like eventually it being how James is for Carolyn, where he's bringing in $250 a week. That's $1,000 a week or a month, and he's not doing anything. And simply like I go in there, there's never new orders, there's nothing. It's just literally like a funnel for volume. So it's a really good idea, and it helps you stay at Emerald, and you can control that. So if you want to sign someone up, once you hit Success Club, that keeps him active. You don't always need to be buying something if that's a fear. So just make sure that if you're serious about the business, I suggest signing them up early, because if you sign them up after you already are at Diamond, they're missing out on the entire funnel above of coaches. So it's definitely important to do that if you have big goals for that.
Yeah, I mean, and I did the math. I was going to share it tomorrow, but kind of goes with what you were saying. Like year to date earnings for James's account is like $23,000. So that's like $23,000 extra dollars just because he signed up as a coach and collected volume. That's like what I used to make in a year at my old job. And that's like crazy to think that just because he signed up as a coach, even though he didn't do it when I wanted him to do it, even though he didn't want to sign up right away, and even though Emmy signed up right before he did and he didn't want to listen to me, we are missing a significant amount of income that he could be earning because I signed up a rock star before I signed him up, and she is right above him. But that's besides the point. But it definitely is beneficial to have somebody who is supportive of what you're doing on board as a coach. And not even to just have them there just as like a body, like at least get them to Emerald so that they can start collecting volume. Like my mom got to Emerald. She's not Emerald anymore, but like once you're Emerald, like you collect even if you're not currently Emerald. My mom has like, I don't know, $16,000 like in cash sitting underneath of her account. And whenever she decides to like either let me grow it, because whatever, she doesn't let me do it right now, or transfer my sister into that spot or grow it herself. Maybe when she retires and she's bored and wants to do something, she'll have by then probably like $20,000 or $30,000 just like waiting for her to grab, just chilling. So it's definitely beneficial for sure. And if you've been sitting like at almost Emerald, or you're sitting at coach rank, or you're halfway to Emerald for a while, like you're really, really limiting your potential to earn. And it's literally, if you signed up one person, you got halfway, you can find one more person to sign up and get the other half. So do we have any other questions?
Hey, Carolyn.
Yeah?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, it's Brittany. I'm walking home from work, but I just wanted to add on something about, becoming Emerald and kind of teetering on that point where you have one coach. Because for a while I was like, not even a while really, but I was like, there's no rush to get to Emerald. It's fine. I'll just stick around at one coach. But seriously, it makes such a big difference. Even if you're thinking, well, I'm not going to have that much volume right away anyway because I don't have a team, so I'll wait to get to Emerald. I hit Emerald very quickly, and I'm glad I did, even though I didn't have a team right away, because all of my volume on my right leg from Carolyn's team was stacking up. So now I cycle pretty easily because all that carryover volume for months is able to cash out. So I just wanted to add that, like, don't hold yourself back.
Could tell you're in the street. I hear cars.
Yes, this is my life. I'm going to go back on mute, but I just wanted to add that.
No, but yeah, that's a really great point too, because all of the, like, that time that you were Emerald, it's starting to collect. And if you had waited, you would have missed out on like months and months and months of volume that now you're able to take advantage of. So
yeah, exactly. And like, to give you guys like perspective, like my carryover volume on my right leg is at like 48,000. So it's just waiting there for my weak leg to catch up. So it really does translate to a lot of money in the future. So like, don't wait to become Emerald because you're worried about not having a team right away, because it'll happen.
Yeah.
And on that too, I like when I first joined as a coach, like my first 2 days as a coach, I hit Emerald because I could see the potential, from Brittany and from Carolyn, and like seeing how it's important. And at that time, I didn't even know if I was going to stay a coach for a long time, but I was like, oh, it seems like it's the right thing and smart thing to do. And like, I'm seeing Team Cycle Bonus now, but it's pretty easy to get to Emerald if you like think outside the box. Like my mom and my sister signed up for me. My sister drank the shakes for a little bit, no intention of being a coach. My mom returned her challenge pack once I replaced her. But there are people that you can reach out to that, maybe you want to buy beach bars and your mom buys them for you as a coach for the first time. And then you replace her and she cancels her coach account. So there's like a lot of ways to kind of manipulate it as well. Obviously, like I'm a huge fan of the product. So like you can buy anything and have maybe it go through another account. But there is, once you sign someone up, you have 5 weeks to replace that person, which is a lot of time. So I think that once you hit Emerald, as long as you're focusing on, you have 4 weeks to like replace that person. Even if you think that person is going to stay active, you need to make sure you have someone there to take that spot just in case, because the last thing you want to do is like Brittany, who has all that volume, 40,000 points or whatever she said, if she drops from Emerald, it's all gone and it starts over. So it's free money. So think about that the next time you sign someone up and you just want to sign them up as a coach just to get there. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, and also if you're an Emerald and you go inactive, all your volume goes away too. So even if you still have enough coaches to hold Emerald or Diamond or Star Diamond or whatever rank, if you go inactive and you don't have Shakeology HD, or you don't have 50 whatever PV to stay active, everything goes away. All your volume that you've collected for years, and literally you don't want that to happen. It almost happened to me by mistake. And it would have been like really, really fucking awful if it happened. But it was just like a mistake. Like you always want to check because it wasn't my fault. It was a mistake on like something with the shipment and the date. Like it wasn't on me. It was on Beachbody. So you do want to make sure that you do check and make sure. Like my shake, I didn't get my shake. I'm like, all right, the month's almost over. I haven't gotten my shake yet, and it just never shipped for whatever reason, and it wasn't registering in the account. And I'm like, fuck, like if this doesn't ship by tomorrow, I'm gonna go inactive for the month. So you do want to make sure that in your little square when you go in your coach office, it'll tell you like active or inactive or like qualified for Success Club, yes or no. You want to make sure that it's checked, and once your shake ships, it'll say yes. So if you have Success Club points and it still says no, it's just because your shake hasn't shipped yet. But you do want to make sure you know when it ships so that, if God forbid anything happens, you can fix that because you don't want to have that happen. I do have a friend that it happened to. She was like a 6 or 7 star diamond and her account went inactive and she lost so much volume. And she was on like a really strong leg too. So you don't want that to happen. So yeah, but tomorrow on the call, we're going to dive deeper into how to get to Emerald. We're actually going to, you're going to get to Emerald by the end of the call. So like that's the goal. That's the plan, the intention. So if you are not Emerald, you're going to want to be there. If you have coaches who are not Emerald, you're going to want to invite them and make sure that they're on the call. But really all that it comes down to is having a growth mindset and a growth mentality. If you're always in the mindset of, I'm always constantly growing, I'm constantly adding to my team, I'm constantly adding to my challenge groups, then you will constantly grow. If you're in a mindset and mentality that like, there's nobody out there for me, nobody wants to sign up as a coach, nobody wants to join my challenge group, then nobody's going to join you. Like you have to have a growth mentality. You have to start practicing law of attraction. And that's something that I used to do all the time. And I've realized I've gotten a little bit away from it. But really like, if you just put it out there every single day, what you want in your life, you're going to have it. And if you put out negativity and if you put out, negative vibes or just stuff that you don't want, you focus on what you don't want in your life, then that's what you're going to end up with. You need to focus on what you do want in your life and, what you do want to attract to your team. And in doing so, you're going to be posting differently. You're going to be talking differently. You're going to be emitting a different type of energy and vibe. And in just starting to do that, again, in the past couple of days, I've had people reaching out to me saying, I'm ready now. I don't know if it's like something I posted or the energy I'm starting to put back out again, but I will be honest, I have gotten so far away from that it was really difficult for me to get back into that law of attraction mentality. And I started getting back into journaling again, like the way that Lauren taught me to do. And I've gotten back into my affirmations, and it wasn't like immediate change. But since I've started getting back into a routine with that, I have noticed a difference in the people I'm attracting, the way that I am starting to, talk about this business and share my story more. So have a growth mentality mindset, because that's the only way you're going to grow. If you have like a crappy mindset about everything and nobody wants to sign up with me, nobody wants to join me, then nobody will, because nobody wants to sign up with somebody who, is not positive. So just keep that in mind. Whatever you want, whatever you focus on grows. Where energy goes, that's where whatever something flows. I forget the saying, but I'm talking about. Just put out there what you want, and that's what's going to come to you. So I hope that this was helpful and informative. I really wanted to make sure that everyone understands the importance of both rank and volume and how they do go hand in hand. And yeah, energy flows where attention goes. Yeah, that was it. Something like that. But it's so important that you understand that. And I'm sure many of you on this call are kicking yourself in the butt for limiting your potential earnings by not rank advancing. So I guess we'll be seeing lots of rank advancements in the near future, because you now see, what you have permission to earn at these levels that you have to get there first to get the permission. But once you have permission, you work your butt off and you can get way more than what you're permitting yourself to have right now. So, alrighty, are we good? I think we're good. All right, guys. Well, you have a great night. We'll see you next week. I believe it's either Kelsey or Emmy next week. I think Emmy and then Kelsey following week. Okay. Yeah. So Emmy is next week. Kelsey's the following week. And then the last week we're having a working call where we will be just working clearly. But make sure, like I said, tomorrow night you're on the call if you're not Emerald, and make sure your coaches are as well if they are not. Okay. See you tomorrow. Good night.